Season 2, Episode 19, The Sauna. Banani's arrival. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected. Meaning, it's awful. We're on the hotel stairs where Banani, all sweaty and out of breath, has reached the 10th floor. Banani, thanks Igor. Leave my bags here. By the way, what floor is your room on? Igor, the 1st floor, sir. Good night. As he heads off while descending the numerous flights of stairs. Igor chuckles sarcastically. Sauna. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room where Banani is feeling hot. Banani, this infernal heat. I can't wait to take a freezing shower. Banani opens the door. In an instant, a blast of heat almost knocks him over. Banani, this room is worse than a sauna. The humidity is so high, 100% isn't even enough to measure it. He sees a window. Banani, here's a window. Maybe we can let some fresh air in. He approaches the window. Banani, I knew it. It only opens a crack. He sticks his hand out the window. Banani, nothing. Not even a breeze. When Igor heard about it, he commented, Banani has already used a fridge as a microwave and a dishwasher as a water heater in his life. But today he's outdone himself. He's discovered how to turn a window into an oven. The air conditioner. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room where Banani is feeling hot. He sees the air conditioner turned off, hanging on the wall. Banani, an air conditioner. This time the Sunflower Hotel surprises me. But where's the remote? He searches everywhere, but the remote is nowhere to be found. Banani, too good to be true. Let me see if there's a button for manual power. Banani grabs a chair, climbs onto it, and feels around for the power button. Banani, nothing. Just a lot of dust. This air conditioner hasn't been dusted in years. Banani climbs down from the chair and sits on the bed. Igor, so let me get this straight. You're telling me that the Sunflower Hotel installed an air conditioner just to let it sit there as a decoration? No, it's not just decoration. It's there to make the heat even more unbearable through sheer frustration. Like Ravioli learned the hard way that a gym is for exercise, Banani, that night, learned that the Sunflower Hotel is designed for frustration and nothing else. Banani calls Ravioli. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room where Banani is feeling hot. Banani, how am I supposed to sleep with this heat? Oh, wait, Ravioli gave me that study. Maybe a bit of reading will help me sleep. Banani starts reading the study, but instead of starting to feel sleepy, he feels the need to share the information with Ravioli. Banani, look at that phone. Maybe the room service call works. Banani dials Ravioli's room number on the phone. The phone rings on the other end, and Ravioli picks up. Ravioli, hello? Banani, it's Banani. Ravioli, what's up? Banani, did you know that in 70 AD, Jerusalem was completely destroyed by the Romans? Ravioli. Yeah, I think I read something about that. The temple was also torn down, right? Banani. Exactly. It's told by Josephus Flavius, a Jewish historian of the time. It was a devastating event. The city was destroyed, and between 600,000 and 1,000,000 Jews died from fighting and starvation. Ravioli and the survivors. Banani. They were made slaves and deported, but the most dramatic thing was the destruction of the temple. Ravioli. Yeah, without the temple, they couldn't make sacrifices anymore. Banani. Exactly. From that moment, the priesthood lost its political power, and only a few aristocratic privileges remained. In their place, the rabbis, scholars of the Torah, took on the spiritual leadership of the people. Ravioli. And that's how modern Judaism was born. Today, they don't do animal sacrifices anymore, but they study the Torah. Banani. Exactly. But here's the interesting part. In the Gospels, Jesus predicts the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. Ravioli. Yeah, I remember. It's written in Matthew 24, Luke 21, and Mark 13. Banani. But the Gospel writers never explicitly say that the prophecy about the destruction of the temple came true. Igor. So, the temple was completely destroyed? Ah, just like our luggage. Every time Banani forces them shut. Dating based on the destruction of the temple. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, missed their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room, where Banani is talking on the phone with Ravioli. They're discussing the book Banani found on the plane. Ravioli. Exactly. And this is where the assumptions come into play. Banani. What do you mean? Ravioli. Secular historians don't believe in prophecies. For them, no one can predict the future. So if the Gospels talk about the destruction of the temple, they assume that the person who wrote the text must have done so after 70 AD, when the temple had already been destroyed. Banani. But if we accept that the prophecy is authentic, then the reasoning changes. Ravioli. Exactly. In the Gospels, there's a clear rule. When they report a prophecy that has already come true, they specify it in the text. Banani. But this doesn't happen with the prophecy about the destruction of the temple. Ravioli. Exactly. If the evangelists had written after 70 AD, knowing that the temple had been destroyed, they would have surely added a note saying that the prophecy had been fulfilled. But this doesn't happen in any of the 4 Gospels. Banani. So, this means they were writing before 70 AD, when the destruction hadn't happened yet. Ravioli. Exactly. And this is where the debate about the dating of the Gospels arises. If we assume the prophecies were invented after the events, then we must ignore all the other historical testimonies, like those from the Church Fathers, who clearly state that the Gospels were written in the 1st century. Banani. Interesting. I'll try to sleep now. Good night. Ravioli. Good night. Banani hangs up the phone and grabs his cell phone. It aslo exists. Dovrebbe essere. There also exists. Oppure. There is also. Igor. There's also a way to date my jokes. How can you tell if one of them was written before or after traveling with Papaia? If I had written it before the trip, it wouldn't have been that funny, but after, well, let's just say the comedy writes itself. The manual. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, missed their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room, where Banani is trying to turn on the air conditioner. Banani, I've got an idea. He walks back to the air conditioner. Banani, let me see what brand and model it is. He stands on his tiptoes on top of the chair. Banani, there's a serial number back here. The chair wobbles dangerously. Banani. Ah, what a scare. I almost fell. Better take a picture with my phone. He brings the phone camera close to the awkward position of the serial number. Banani. Done. Let me see. No, I have to redo the picture. It's blurry. After a few attempts, the picture shows the serial number clearly. Igor, later commenting, Banani's photo could have won the Pulitzer Prize. Now that is an image worth risking your neck for. Eh? Dangerous roaming. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room, where Banani is trying to turn on the air conditioner. Banani. I've never heard of this brand, but maybe I can find the manual online. He copies and pastes, but the screen shows a pixelated image of a dinosaur. Banani. Damn, my mobile data plan doesn't work here in Australia. Maybe I should try roaming. He goes into his phone settings and activates roaming. Banani. There we go. Let's try again. The browser shows some results. Banani. Good. Now it's just a matter of reading. He clicks on one of the results. Banani. What's going on? It's taking too long to open this page. Let me try going back. Oh no. The internet isn't working anymore. A brief sound notifies a new SMS message. Banani. What's this? A message from the operator. Your credit is exhausted. How is that possible? I loaded a lot of money. The use of roaming has quickly drained all of Banani's credit. Banani. Now I'm calling customer service. They're going to hear it. He calls the number, but the call doesn't go through. Another message appears on the display. Banani. What's this now? To call customer service from abroad, use the number... He dials the number provided. Automated operator. Your credit is insufficient to make this call. Banani. Oh no, this couldn't have come at a worse time. Igor, later commenting, with this operator, Banani's credit disappeared faster than a plate of lasagna on Ravioli's table, and with the same level of final desperation. Banani calls Igor. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, who were supposed to attend the famous dark matter conference, miss their flight and end up on the other side of the world. Arriving at the wrong airport, they book a hotel for the night, but it's not exactly what they expected, meaning it's awful. We're in Banani's room, where Banani is trying to turn on the air conditioner. Banani uses the room's phone to call Igor's room. Igor, hello? Banani, Igor, is your air conditioner working? Igor, unfortunately, no. Banani, okay, I thought you had managed to turn it on. All right, that's all. Good night. Igor, good night, Banani. Igor hangs up the phone. Igor, the great Banani, capable of using a particle accelerator, but can't turn on a common air conditioner? Obviously, to avoid offending him, I couldn't tell him that I've already turned mine on. I wonder if the professor has ever considered the idea of picking up the remote and pressing the button on.